Please identify yourself.
I'm a police officer from Suffolk County, Officer Donnelly. Roll down your window, please.
I don't have to.
Ma'am, roll down your window. Do you have your driver's license on you?
I have the right to remain silent.
Okay. Do you have your driver's license on you?
I have the right to remain silent. Am I being detained?
Roll down your window.
Am I being detained?
Roll down your window.
I do not consent to this stop.
I can't hear you with the window.
I do not consent to this stop.
Well, I'm sorry, but you do have to consent.
I do not have to consent to this stop. This is illegal. You do not have the right to tell me I have to consent to this stop. Am I being detained?
Yes, you are.
You have 15 minutes from this moment.
The officer has 15 minutes from that moment, or what? What are you going to do, ma'am?
Ma'am, can you please just take down the window so I can hear you better?
I do not consent to this stop. I do not want to converse with you.
Okay. Do you have ID so I can identify who you are? I'm Officer Donnelly from Suffolk County Police Department.
Am I being detained?
I can't hear you, ma'am.
Am I being detained?
There's a lot of traffic, and I can't hear you, so you need to roll down the window.
Am I being detained?
Yes, you are.
Okay, you have 15 minutes.
I will tell you why you're being detained if you could roll down
What's
the
the
window.
reason for this stop?
You have suspended plates. Okay, is this your vehicle?
Am I being detained?
Ma'am, is this your vehicle?
Am I being detained?
This lady's clearly a knucklehead. The officer already told you twice that yes, you are being detained. So why are you still asking that stupid question?
You're being detained.
I do not consent to this stop. I have the right to remain silent.
You again, very politely.
I have the right to remain silent.
Roll down the window and hand me your ID.
I have the right to remain silent. Committing a felony by trying to force me to not enforce my rights.
I didn't take any of your rights away. I'm conducting.
I do not consent to this stop.
Roll down the window.
I do not consent to this stop.
Ma'am, roll down your window.
My rights are being violated. I'm in fear of my life. I fear for my life. I have no weapons and you do, and you're intimidating me. You're intimidating me. I do not consent to this stop.
Your window.
I do not consent to this stop.
Ma'am, I'm going to ask you again, politely. Roll down your window and hand me your identification.
I am traveling. I do not consent to this stop.
What papers are you looking through right now?
I do not consent to this stop.
Okay, I heard you about 5 times that you do not consent to the stop. Now, can you hand me your ID, please?
I do not consent to this stop.
Who owns the vehicle, ma'am?
I do not consent to this stop.
Ma'am, roll down the window.
I do not. I'm being intimidated. She attempted to open my door.
Because you're not complying with my work.
I do not consent to this stop. I do not consent to this stop. She attempted to open my door illegally when I stated I did not consent to this stop. I do not consent to this stop, Mrs. Donnelly, that works for Suffolk County.
I'm Officer Donnelly. Now I'm asking you to show me ID of who you are.
I do not consent to this stop.
Can you look at me, please?
I do not consent to this stop.
What is your first name?
I do not consent. Now she's attacking my door. This is assault. 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 Not under your jurisdiction. Now she's banging on my window with a baton. Someone please come and help me. Someone please come and help me.
Ma'am, roll down the window.
Call the lawyer.
Ma'am, I'm going to ask you again. Hand me your ID. Roll down your window at least a little bit more.
I do not consent to this stop.
Okay, ma'am, we get it. You do not consent to this stop. But it doesn't matter. You still have to participate in the traffic stop. The officer is requesting information from you legally. So just comply with the officer's request and make things easy.
Ma'am, roll down your window.
I do not consent to this stop. I am being intimidated with a person with a weapon.
I'm a police officer.
A revenue agent with a weapon. A revenue agent with a weapon.
Roll down your window.
I have the right to remain silent.
Okay, you can remain silent. Hand me your ID.
I have the right to remain silent. I do not consent to this to stop. I do not consent to this stop.
Hand me your identification.
Now she's attacking the window again. She's attacking the window again. I do not consent to this stop.
Roll down the window.
I do not consent to this stop. I do not consent to this stop.
Get out of the car.
I do not consent to this stop.
Get out of the car.
Vamos pra